Swedish schoolgirl who helped inspire global protests on climate change has been meeting political leaders at Westminster. In a BBC interview, Greta Thunberg has called for urgent action to deal with what she says is an existential crisis. And she's urged British politicians to listen to the scientists on climate change. Sarah Walton has this report.
Not many 16-year-olds could hold the attention of political leaders. But today, Greta Thunberg took her message of climate change activism to the Houses of Parliament.
First of all, well done on what you've done. You've changed the debate in a lot of ways, which is very good.
The Swedish teenager has become the young face of the school climate strikes, a global movement which campaigners say has seen more than 1 million school children across the world walk out of classrooms in protest at the lack of action to tackle climate change. And she says she wants people to panic about the state of the environment.
By panic, I mean that we step out of our comfort zones and that we realize what is actually going on. As I say, if your house is on fire and you want to keep your house from burning to the ground, then that does require some level of panic. You don't sit talking about insurance claims or rebuilding, renovations, then you do everything you can to put out the fire.
The campaigner has also met the Pope and been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Humanity is now
And just a few days ago, she addressed protesters from Extinction Rebellion. Their week-long action brought areas of central London to a standstill, making headlines across the world and bringing climate change protests to the capital on a scale never seen here before. Today, they also went to Westminster, calling on the government to engage with them in discussions about climate change. Police say they've made 1,000 arrests since their demonstrations began last week, but Greta Thunberg is calling on more people to take similar action.
As long as it's non-violent, and I think that could definitely make a difference. It could change people's mind, make people become more aware of the situation, that we actually show that this is an emergency, this is an existential crisis, and we must do everything we can to stop it.
Today, the leaders of Labour, the SNP, the Lib Dems and Green Party heard what Greta had to say. Her message to them: don't just listen to me, listen to the science, listen to the scientists. Sarah Walton, BBC News.